have to do certain task in this life and finish this task and go back to the soul journey, kind of. So this is a typical life progress happens. So but God is also very smart. He want during this birth you should come out of repetitive mistakes, and hence he creates certain cryptic directions to you to follow or not. It's up to you. So God has given certain amount of free will for you to whether to access this path or whether you want to avoid it. So God has given in a sign mode in for everyone is a form of Badhaka. So this entire metaphor is basically to clear it, clarify you. Badhaka is nothing but a obstructor. Obstructor means you are walking in a direction, you see the wall. So can you pass the wall? It will not be possible. So you have to take either left or right. So that is why Badhaka is trying to create a obstruction in your journey, a destiny to a journey towards destiny. Now, every in especially in Vedic astrology, every ascendant or any house in the chart is having a specific planet or house assigned to create a friction. So, uh, you born and you feel okay. I have my whole world is mine. No, there is a obstruction is also there for you. You to pass that obstruction and then you move on. So that way this Badaka works. So think of a speed bump designed to make your everyday travel be more attentive. So now let's take the modality of how this entire your rising sign, which is your rising sign, which is my Badaka. So in a very simple language, I can explain here is that your chart is having a 12 houses. So the 12 houses is split into four groups. So one group is called movable signs, another group called fixed signs, and the third group called the dual signs. Now, the movable signs are which are movable signs? You can start with Aries, you have a Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. These are the four signs are the movable signs, and their Badaka is coming into the 11th house. So the lord of that house become your Badaka. So that's number one. Now, what about fixed signs? Fixed sign is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. For them, the ninth house become their Badaka, or ninth lord becomes their Badaka. And third is dual sign, which is like Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. They have the seventh house as or seventh lord is their Badaka. Now let me quickly clarify some of the attributes of Badaka, but also I will break certain myths people carrying or probably listening at various places, and obviously there could be a misconception you can carry in the mind. So common myth is Badaka is cursed. If Badaka Dasha comes, Badaka Antardasha comes, I will have a cursed time. So no, it's not a cursed planet. It is not meant to ruin your life. It is actually not right. So he is not going to disturb you or not going. It might disturb you, but he will not ruin your life. So what happens is Badaka creates certain delays and inexplicable hurdles. It is a true way, if I had to define him, is like a refining your energy. So it acts as a cosmic filter or a karmic filter. Karmic filter in way where certain things you are allowed to act, certain things you can't address. So which are the things you can't address is a bada. That means you have a obstructor in between. So you need to change your strategy there. So if you keep hitting a wall in a specific area, the Badaka will tell you that your current approach is absolutely outdated. It is not going to work. Change your direction. So it just doesn't create a struggle for the sake of it, but it also forces you to evolve the past to repetitive karmic loop which you have been following with the same path for many lives. So here, when the Badhaka comes, he's telling you just change the direction, give a new outlook, give a new idea to address the current path which you are addressing. And this is what you have to use your brain, your intelligence, and your mind. I need to change my strategy. I need to change my plan to move ahead. So it is Badaka has a very genuine Gemini connection. Actually, Gemini astrology is absolutely connected with Badaka. It's under definition of Badaka based on Gemini astrology. In Gemini astrology, we look at Atmakaraka. The planet has having highest degree. It is like he's your soul planet. Now, if Badaka planet itself your Atmakaraka, or if it is aspects your Atmakaraka, the lessons are deeply personal. So it is like your inward changes you need to do, transform yourself. So the person who is having Atmakaraka itself is a Badaka condition. He really have to put efforts on self to change in this life and avoid those repetitive mistakes in karma you are doing, and you want to avoid that loop. Same Gemini emphasized that Badaka isn't just a physical obstacle. It's not just physically you can see, okay, you cannot go there, you can. It's a psychological blind spot. It is where you are weak, you don't know how to address it. So this is like a no zone, area 52. Like you cannot go there, you cannot go there. So you have to change your direction, you move to different direction, and it often manifests through people. Okay, and like seventh house for dual sign. So what you are seeing in the mirror back, the parts of your soul that needs to be healing. So what overall point here is that you don't have to address Badaka or fight with Badaka. You have to change your plan to handle the current condition of the Badaka. Let's talk about house specific badhakas. Now, we always say, okay, what is do we need to see badhaka for each house? Example, people say, okay, I have a Aries ascendant, so I will say 11th house is my Aquarius is my badhaka or Saturn is my badhaka. Yes, but it is only for your Lagna, yourself. What about other attributes or other houses are carrying certain attributes um, about those characteristics? Like example, you want to accumulate wealth in the second house, this is Taurus. So what happens is Taurus becomes your accumulation of wealth. That time you need to look at which house and house lord can create certain badha in accumulating my wealth as a karma. So you will see the ninth house from the Taurus, and the ninth house from Taurus is like Capricorn. So you will say, okay, my career can certain times create excessive focus on career or too much of karma. Maybe I may be missing on my accumulation of wealth or my relationship with my family. So I need to balance here. So that is where Badaka is giving you idea. So, while the Lagna affects Badaka, your overall life path may have certain challenges, but you also calculate the Badak Sthana for any house that you need to see the what can obstruct what kind of results. The results are different. So, if your example, you know your career is 10th house, so you will say, okay, what is my Badaka? So assume um, uh, your career is in fixed sign. Example, maybe Scorpio or any fixed sign. So in fixed signs, the Badaka becomes ninth house from the career. So what happens is goes to the ninth from 10th. It's become the sixth house. Sixth house can might be a source of clogging in your career, the kind of disturbance they can make. So what we can see as an outcome, okay, there are Badhakas period and Badhaka placement or a lord position is also matter a lot. So if Badhaka lord is placed in 6th, 8th or 12th houses, the obstruction can often destroy itself. So meaning the struggle leads to a massive spiritual breakthrough or some transformation in your life happens. So 6, 8, and 12 are generally a triksthana, which is little disturbing, or it's a challenging houses, and where your Badaka goes, obviously Badaka faces the challenge, so it can give a certain breakthrough. Assuming your Badaka is placed in the good placement, it's like in unfortunately in maybe in a Kendra or a Trine, wherever it is placed. So it's like it is a test of fire. So outcome is going to be you will achieve huge success after a lot of fire or of a struggle you will do. But ultimate outcome is you will be get detached from whatever your earnings you do or whatever your achievements or success you get out of it. So stop fighting with the obstacles and start learning the lesson, the Badaka energy that often transform into a protective force. Now there is our guru has told us that the planet who disturbs most, take that planet on your shoulder and walk, because there is no point fighting with him. Start living with that planet and start living with that situation, that you in life everything can be manageable. Only you need to really don't be very stagnant or adamant on specific things. Certain areas we all will face certain lacunas. Now those lacunas will say, okay, I have this challenge, I can't do this, I can't do this. You all say I can't do this. These are the Badaka planets are disturbing you. So you need to learn to tackle this negativity or challenges in your life, the struggle you have to handle. So there are few tips I thought to handle Badaka. One is that see, every person knows, if I look at my wealth, what is my pattern, what is my challenges, in which area I generally get challenged. If I look my career, I see which area is my challenge. I house my health, you will understand what is a pattern there. So everywhere the pattern makes a lot of importance. Learn this pattern. You know these specific areas, you even if you really push harder, you are not getting result, then stop and ask, why is this really trying to teach me? Is there a learning? Because in Hindi there is a phrase that jo bhi hota hai अच्छे के लिए होता है. So it's like something is going to happen, it will happen for good only. So is it trying to teach me about my ego, so I need to really humble? Or it's like somewhere it is telling you your senses you are utilizing in a wrong way, and his Badaka is telling you need to really change yourself. So Badaka came here to transform you. You need to accept these are my Badakas and I need to really manage in a real better way. So not everywhere things will work in your terms. In Badaka, you need to learn our terms. It's like joint terms, partnership terms. The terms which will be really helpful for handling the Badaka, at the same time you can able to get your work done. So another technique is like a switch technique. Like since Badaka is an obstructor, try to approach the goal in a different angle. If the 11th house is a gain, but yet it is also your Badaka, then stop focusing on profit. Stop focusing on service. Focusing on what is gain coming out of service rather than focusing on a normal service. What you need to do is you need to change the intent, and the obstacle will often vanishes. So to and it will work as a protective force for you going forward. So when you stop focusing on your Badaka and you change your direction of your goal in life, the Badaka realizes that this guy is not going to come to me, so I am not going to stop anymore. He will not come to me and he will start supporting you. That is way overall Badaka need to understand. Badaka is a karma you have to finish in this life, where you while doing a karma there are certain signs been given, cryptic coded message been given to you in a form where you need to where you should go, where should not go. If certain areas your skill set are not matching, change your direction and start. Rather than fighting with Badaka, be as a teamwork with Badaka and try and find a manageable solution which you can able to handle. not everywhere there will be good success. There are certain areas you need to find the truths. Certain area is having a, I will say, um, like you both agree and handshake it with some adjustments in the life. It is just to avoid unnecessary bitter experience from that badaka, and you move on with the next steps and next action to follow. So Badhaka is your soul's toughest teacher, but yet he is there for you to give a direction to avoid all old repetitive mistakes and for move focus on your destiny and the goal or a path which you want to follow. There's certain direction you can avoid and achieve there using some bisection or bypass and find out a new route and move on. So that's it, my small commentary on Badaka. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, give a like button. Use the like button and give a like to my video. And if you like my channel, then do subscribe. I regularly keep adding new innovative concepts on the Vedic astrology without getting too much of in technicality. And obviously, if your friends who is struggling inside their life to understand what is my cryptic message on Badhaka, they can you can share this video to them, to friends and relatives, and yes, and comment what is the problem and what is a sign. You will get the answer. So thank you and have a great day.